Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, rods that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Slice and dice. Don't let go. Fast like a snake. Toxanol built vessels find that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Chop, chop! That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Tom Weeper.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out what...
Pa, wherefore, where?
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't...
Iboda Kilmok.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then. The night
Momombusu?
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the... There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see the potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potato... The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can... You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for it. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only... You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain... But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eye, from this day on, he'll make nurturing the pen. One day, the land won't be as... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoofpuff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porkypuff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of... The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other wrong. He worries there won't be much left to Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that.
Ah! That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Ugambol ang ugagad yepromo woof.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagnis or...
Mao dolia yevofo lolan wofo.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. That's the good stuff. They've re-strewed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. They've already got word of an intruder, so he guesses the Sifu must be very interested in meeting.
Zata is the muito tloho. Kariesne zdace. Paro, ya put
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. That's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their God says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life. He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Jagni. That big heart of yours. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival. Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war, and offers you a last chance. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad Stone Fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them. He disagrees, and the day you meet again, you'll understand why. It's time to say goodbye for now, and if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end. misery. It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. They don't just let anyone see the Sifu, but there's something different about you.
Sibi? Lapvanen aginkanman. Geradna fal hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself.
Get out full of us in a habile.
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
Sibi?
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Get out thinking him.
There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, the Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace, he wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be... Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their... Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and Anyway. Thinks you should find a good place to hole up until daybreak. Wouldn't be... Wonders at how you think you might actually... Sparkles about how brilliant it is to have someone like... Wonders... Says you... Even more brains. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurrowed. Running low. Your key energy isn't up. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a... Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no... He says that wasn't too bad, was it? Wait, but you need practice. Lots of... Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You should know. She'll see you at the village square. She'll... Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. You did well, but he can't help but wonder. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Ansonbara.
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then she wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. You've... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He wants to know who you think you are. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? The most important... It's time to focus on your... Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training. He'll talk. He's... He's curious to see what you found. You should... He's looking for...
Tukonda.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Can't see.
Wants you to understand that you can do anything if you work really hard.
Can't see.
She says she is...
Pala.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Minä lagi mamuru.
Thanks you for
Urasa durut.
been working on...
Minä lagi mamuru.
Catchy.
Minä lagi mamuru.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's what?
Monidasa.
A piece...
Very?
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Monidasa. Kanyala no toro.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Masamba.
Says a good rest makes you ready for tomorrow. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupa from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Can't see. Temonu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This... Whatever happens, you... Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Nothing like a good length of razor-sharp steel. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. They've received news a Ronin had strength. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Brick. Look, an emergency box from the old... Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Not enough key energy. That's a little too much for you yet. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol? There must be a... You have hours stretching before you. Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. You need to unturn the pipe tightly. That's what you could call a wet disaster. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's what you could call a wet disaster. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's what you could call a wet disaster. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Daytime is the best time to get things done. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Amazing to see so much happening today. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. That's an improvement. Mercadorpus Outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain.
Mashallah mol. Madasulu kubo.
There.
Vopri priknamusna.
Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Didn't line them up just right. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Didn't line. Spin the twirly wheel and open that. Didn't line them up just right. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Maybe that key will match. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Wants revenge. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Here's the second line of defense. Better stay clear of the red ray. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Queremba.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the
Buka Munosada.
figures the honor belong. Out of Date says he's doing his.
Kim hobe bekoko hifar muk.
He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance.
Ya you mawa.
You seem to share the same values as the Myriad tribe. You both have the same.
To why?
But Out of Date.
Ya you mawa. Ilf of ugu.
Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater.
Bubuko von Vunvun.
You should get it.